Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing well. You know me, I'm Tom. Okay, here's the backstory on this whole situation with this stack of lumber. Yesterday, I was leaving Sam's Club and I was at the stoplight of that intersection in Capitol Boulevard. I was the first one in line, okay? Waiting to make my right-hand turn. This flatbed trucker loaded with this lumber, which was above the headache rack. This stack was stack number 4, and it was higher than the headache rack, okay? He was coming through the yellow light, and a car stopped literally in front of him, and he had to slam on brakes and veer to the right, which shifted his load, okay? This stack right here moved. He went from 35 miles an hour to stopped. And the entire load hit the back of his cab, and 2 of the boards in the video that I showed you, that I uploaded yesterday, went through the cab and almost took his head off. The boards literally came in right across his shoulder and hit the windshield. I heard the bang. I heard it. Now, I didn't know what exactly was going on at that exact moment, because I heard it and I looked and I saw 2 boards fall off the truck, and I said, oh shit, he's losing his load. I didn't see the extent of what happened. The second that the light turned green, I took a right, and there he was. I drove real slow beside his truck, and I saw this stack of lumber completely move forward and detached, completely unstrapped, and hit the back of the cab. And as I got up towards his driver's window, I did not see him. I thought for sure that he was decapitated, because I saw the boards through the cab of the truck. I physically saw them with my own eyes, and I said, oh shit, this guy's dead. He just got his head cut off. So I immediately took the off ramp, came back around, and pulled directly in front of the truck. The second I pulled up, I saw him get out the passenger side. I immediately went to make sure that he was okay. That was my very, very first concern, to find out if he was okay. After he indicated to me he was fine, and then we saw the extent of what the load, the shift in the load did, and went through his cab, I gave you that video. I uploaded that video. Now, the second video is where you're seeing me help him, or Lowe's is helping him take this load off the top, okay? Because it was overloaded and in a dangerous, improper load, okay? He should have never allowed that at the yard down in Georgia, okay? He's going to Virginia. So this load came out of Georgia and it was headed for Virginia. Now, while we were there trying to figure out what to do, 40 minutes have passed and not one person stopped, not even the cops. When I posted that video, here's Wake Forest Police Department, they kept driving. I'm telling you, when it comes to truckers, there's no respect for truckers. Everybody just doesn't care about these guys. And I'll tell you another thing. The entire time we were there, we had the supervisor, his supervisor of the yard, the lumber yard, the trucking company, excuse me, on the phone. We gave him the information, took some pictures, and he said he'll get back to us. Well, every 10 minutes he'd call us up and said he hasn't heard a word from the owner of the trucking company. And he couldn't make a decision. This guy is a supervisor, the fleet supervisor, and he could not make a decision. I told the driver, this is after now an hour has passed, I said, we need to take corrective action now, because there's no way in the world anybody's coming here to save us, or to save you, or to get all that lumber out of your cab so we can start figuring out if you can get this up to Lowe's. Because I told him, I said, Lowe's is 1/4 mile away. I said, we need to get to their yard and use their forklift to get this load off the top. Because it was a mess. I did a video where I was on top of the truck, on top of the load. Okay? I climbed up there. The driver did not want to climb up there. He was scared to get up there. So, now an hour and a half has passed by, and I said, we're gonna do something about it, because we still not gotten an answer from the supervisor. He said, why don't you just restack it and strap it back down and keep on traveling? Has somebody lost their damn mind? It's an illegal load, it's overloaded, and he already lost the load and it smashed into the back of the damn truck. Okay? It almost killed this guy. The supervisor not one time, asked how he was doing. Not once. Didn't ask him nothing. All he was worried about was covering his ass, and he didn't even have an answer for what the driver should do. So I was the one who just said, this is what we're gonna do. And this guy, the truck driver, God bless him, he was totally shaken, very noticeably upset, and just like post-traumatic stress. He had a near-death experience, and I felt him, man. I told him to sit down, drink some water, I'll take care of the lumber. I got all the lumber off the road and stacked it in the back of my truck. These are 20-footers. My truck bed is 10, so there's 10 foot hanging out the back. Then the load on top of the truck had to be secured. So I restacked this entire load. I restacked it so it was flat. And I pulled all the boards out of that cab with a pry bar, okay? I pulled them out of there. He helped once he got his stuff together as best he could, but you could tell he was visibly shaken up. So I just knew I had to step in and get something done. Here it is, almost 2 hours, and I'm gonna tell you something. Not one single person showed up, and we finally called 911. Wake Forest Police dispatched the car. He stayed there all of 10 minutes, and he said, there's nothing I can do, but do not drop this load in the road. Hell, the load was already in the road. So I've got my pickup truck, and that's what I was doing, picking up that stuff off the road. Now, we finally get up to Lowe's, and I know those guys up there. As soon as I told them what was happening, they immediately jumped in, the manager and 2 guys and a forklift, and we pulled this load off the top. Then we resecured his current load, which was level to the headache rack on his truck. The entire time, we gave the manager, the freight line manager, all my contact information. I told him, I says, there's no way that load is going to stay on top of that truck, not in the condition that, and the circumstances that just happened. And this gentleman, I'm on the phone with his supervisor telling him how to run his own fucking business. Okay? I said, first off, the load's illegal, it's too tall, and it was unsecured, because pine's slick, man. This stuff will slide. I don't care how damn tight you got it, it will slide. If it's not completely canvassed and covered, you're gonna lose this load if you have to slam on brakes. And the design of that cab has no reinforcement in those sleepers. It went right through, it busted the seam, And then I finally told the supervisor, I said, listen here. I said, I'm gonna do a FaceTime with you with the camera, and I'm gonna show you exactly what the hell we're doing here. And once I went to FaceTime with him and showed him how this load was just a pure damn mess, he goes, oh, yeah, no, I see what you're doing. I see finally, this is after 2 hours. Oh, I finally see what you're talking about. He goes, well, drop the load. He goes, drop the load, it's damaged. We can't do nothing about it.